Well, the US State Department has now confirmed all US assistance to the Palestinians is being reviewed. That announcement was followed by this quote from the US Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, saying the US remains deeply committed to helping the Israelis and Palestinians reach a historic agreement. She said, but, it's reasonably significant, but we will not chase after a Palestinian leadership that lacks what is needed to achieve peace. To get historic results, we need courageous leaders. Well, to get reaction to all of these comments by the Americans, I'm joined by the Palestinian ambassador to the United States, Dr. Husam Zomlot, who's joining us live from Washington. Dr. Zomlot, thank you very much indeed for your time. What do you make of what the president has said?
Very shocking indeed. It's shocking about the statement itself and the state of affair of international relations all together. Number one, about the Palestinian people and the leadership being disrespectful. We were not disrespectful of anybody. We were just respectful of our rights and defending our internationally endorsed rights. We were respectful of our people and people that have been struggling for many, many years for their birthrights. We were respectful for the international community, international resolutions, international consensus, as has been seen in the UN.
But Vice President Mike Pence would like to have met the Palestinians, and you didn't want to. So in that specific moment, you did turn away from the Americans.
Well, in that specific moments, we were just saying that meetings are not for the sake of meetings. The decision that was taken by this administration regarding Jerusalem was a decision that effectively shut down the conversation vis-à-vis peace prospects. We have never, ever negotiated principles, and Jerusalem and the UN Security Council resolutions and the commitment of the US over the last 26 years have been firm in writings, and therefore, yes, we needed to make sure that our rights are very well known, and nobody would actually take off our legitimate issues and rights. Any table. I just want to say.
Let me just be clear on this because it's important. Do you consider the decision to recognise Jerusalem as Israel's capital to have shut down the talks, i.e., without a reverse of that decision, the talks cannot possibly begin?
Talks about what, my friend? We have been engaged in talks since 1991 on very firm, clear international basis consensus, including the US. The US led the international efforts. These talks were about to end Israel's occupation that began in 1967, including East Jerusalem. These talks were clearly about not recognizing by America or the rest of the world Israel's control or annexation.
Ambassador, I understand your broader concerns about what's happened over the last few decades, but you seem to be saying without a reverse of that decision there can't be talks. The Americans seem to be saying unless you change your position, you're not going to be getting a lot of money that you currently receive. Are you concerned about what consequence that will have for many hundreds of thousands of Palestinians?
Yes, of course, we are concerned, and this will directly affect hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of innocent people, vulnerable people, refugees all over the region, not only in Palestine, including in Jordan and Lebanon and Syria. It's extremely unfortunate that the state of affairs has gotten to this level. But let me say this very clearly. Financial pressure for coercive political agendas does not work. It does not work. It does not work with a dignified nation like ours. It does not work, especially when our position is supported by the international community. And for a very well-rooted ancient nation like ours, when you offer them a choice like this between their very legitimate rights, the right to have a state of their own, the right to their own city. East Jerusalem is not a city we claim, it's a city we own.
Ambassador, let me ask you this finally then. I hear your passion. There's no possibility Donald Trump is going to change his mind about recognizing Jerusalem. He's only just done it. So what happens now?
Well, the most important thing is that we solidify, strengthen our commitment as Palestinians, and the Palestinian president has been clear that we remain absolutely committed to the two-state solution on the 1967. We remain committed to international consensus and international law. We remain committed to nonviolence, and we remain committed to our adherence to a genuine peace process. And that peace process requires international intervention. For many, many years, we were made the exception. In all other conflicts, it was only only international mechanisms for implementing international principles that did deliver success. Now we are saying, no way, we need an international table. President Trump has not taken Jerusalem off the table, he has taken the table altogether. We need to establish a genuine table that can actually deliver us where we want to go.
Ambassador Zomlot, thank you very much for joining us. That's Dr. Husam Zomlot in Washington, D.C.